Hey guys, I hope you're having a great Saturday wherever you are around the world. Obviously for us it's Saturday here in Australia, for you guys it might be Friday night. But anyway, hope you've had a great week. I just wanted to do a quick video just to sort of cover the basics around e-com and what has really helped us grow as entrepreneurs and as brand owners. I've met with about 15 different brands in the last 2 weeks through consulting, and a lot of brands are facing the same problem. So I just wanted to sort of do a quick sort of video to cover these areas, and I can go into them in more detail if you want. But anyway, so here goes. Now, the first thing is that a lot of people are launching brands at the moment in categories where there's a lot of demand, which is amazing, right? I always say to people that you should look for categories to launch in where there is demand and there's competition. Okay, so obviously with demand comes competition. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but where it can become tricky is when you decide to launch a brand into a competitive space and you don't sort of have a clear defined edge, all right, or like a unique selling proposition. Now let's use a few examples here. Okay, so obviously as an example, you've got fashion or skincare or general health and wellness, vitamins. These are some really big markets that are very saturated, right? Now, if you were, say, to launch a vitamin brand, okay, there are thousands and thousands of different products. I mean, you go into your local supermarket, you can see hundreds of products. And a lot of the big dogs, they're just in a price war with each other. I mean, they've got so much market share, it's hard to compete with them, right? But thing is, if you launch your brand into a space like that, but you cater it specifically towards women aged 50 to 60 as an example, and you have a defined audience, you then build a brand visual identity, tone of voice that's really suited to that audience. You already have an edge and you have a difference, right? You have a point of difference. Now, the problem is that when people are building up their brand or launching a new brand, they're not really thinking ahead about who is it exactly that I want to be targeting. And they're also not in the mind state of how can I have that sort of differentiating factor about my brand, okay? And instead what they're saying is, well, I just want to go mass market. I want to produce a vitamin brand, a collagen brand. Everyone that needs collagen is my demographic. The problem with that is then, like I said, it's very broad, okay? So when you launch a new brand, or no matter where you're at, if you're struggling with profitability and scale, try and niche down your audience group so that you know exactly who you're targeting, and make sure that your brand identity visually, the way that you talk to your consumer, the people that feature in your ads, everyone has to match that exact avatar that you're targeting, okay? So that when you do launch ads and stuff like that, the whole purpose of that is to, so when I watch an ad, as an example, let's hypothetically say I'm a 40-year-old woman or 50-year-old woman, I want to see myself in that ad so that I can connect with it on an emotional level and think, fuck, well, this might work for me, okay? So try not to standardize your marketing. You need to really know who it is that you're targeting to, and it's going to give you a better chance at scaling profitably, all right? That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is product quality, but also your product pipeline, okay? So, and look, we went through this with the Liar Skin, where we launched with a really strong hero product. At the time, the product was going viral. We scaled. We did $18 million in our second year in D2C. And then what happened is there were thousands of pink clay masks on the market, okay? Now, this is the case with a lot of dropshippers as well. Like, you guys see a trending product, you all jump on the bandwagon, you're all ripping each other's ads, and you're trying to scale. And then what happens is it fizzles out after a few months, okay? Now, first thing is, when you are launching a new product, again, you have to try and have a bit of an edge. So this can be in the form of an ingredient, it could be a design edge. If it can have an element of virality, that's even better, because that's going to give you a really big boost when you launch. As an example, we took boring clay masks that were like clay colored. We made it baby pink branding, and girls loved it, all right? And it went viral on social media, and it really helped us scale. So anything that you can think of, even if it's your current product and you don't plan on launching a new product anytime soon, just think about, how can I change or alter this product slightly without reinventing the wheel, but just giving it enough of a sort of edge that's going to really help me stand out from the market. This can even be in the form of your packaging, right? So when customers receive your product and you go through an unboxing experience, and you guys can think about different examples within yourself and your own experiences recently with buying products. If it comes in a standard shitty mailer bag, it's got ugly plastic wrapped around it, you're not going to have the best user experience. Now, obviously, taking into consideration your margins, brands can't go out and spend $10 on the best box you've ever seen. I'm not saying that, but I think that if you want to go after that higher end customer and you want to keep people in your business, every touch point of the brand and product's important. So from the moment they order, your shipping time, how fast that is, and then when the product arrives. Now, when they're unboxing that product, you need to have some brand experience there. So it might be a message from the founder, it might be a quote on the inside of the lid that they can connect with emotionally, things that make the consumer remember you, okay? Remember, the whole point of building a business is to retain customers. Okay, you're acquiring a customer through Facebook, right? You're paying a $20, $40, $50 CPA, whatever it is. You need to stop looking at it as, yeah, I've got that customer, and assuming now that customer is going to be my customer forever, which means I'm going to exclude them from my ads and I own that customer. Now, I honestly think that that's not the best way to go about things. I think it's negligent to think like that. And there are things that you can do to encourage people to stay in your business. The idea is to have a repeat purchase rate of 20, 30, 40%, okay? That's how you're really going to be able to scale, because those customers aren't going to cost you anywhere near the same amount of money, as what you paid to acquire them the first time that you got them into your business, right? So it just goes on to my last point, which is this, like, really invest in your product quality. It's all right to sacrifice a little bit of margin and make less on that first order to give people something that they're going to enjoy. The benefit of giving a high quality product is that you get word of mouth organic marketing as well. Again, that drops your CPA over time, okay? Because people get to know your brand from your consumers. You want your consumers to work for you and to push your brand and product for you. If you sell dog shit online, it's very unlikely that they're going to do that, all right? So it's just something to consider. I think have a look at your business economics. Now, every business is different. Every business can afford to acquire a customer at a different price point, but everyone can ensure their product quality is good, all right? So don't skip out on that point. It's really going to help you guys build sustainability in your brand. I promise you that. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've made every mistake you can possibly think of, and I'm trying to teach, or explain and talk through the mistakes that I've made personally that have cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So guys, if you like this type of content, check out my YouTube. Please subscribe to it. I'd really appreciate it. And most importantly, as we go into the weekend, try and take some time off. It's important to rest our brains. Our brains are a muscle. I've prevented burnout over 13 years. I've never felt burnout, and it's because I know when to switch off, all right? I work hard during the week, and I still work on the weekends here and there, I'm not going to lie, but I know when to really switch off and rest my mind. So all the best, guys. God bless you all, and I hope you're crushing it. I'll see you in the next video.